Welcome to the League. This is Real Takes, where I break down today's headlines and give you the takes that actually matter. Today, America is spiraling into fascism at lightning speed, and today's headlines prove it. Jimmy Kimmel pulled off the air, Tucker Carlson starting to make sense, and Trump declaring Antifa a terrorist organization. Let's break down those three things happening today. Before we get started today, remember to hit that subscribe button and share this video with your community. Let's get started with the news that caught everybody off guard last night. ABC pulling Jimmy Kimmel off the air indefinitely.
ABC has indefinitely suspended Jimmy Kimmel Live after remarks the late-night host made about the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. President Trump and others are applauding the decision, as NPR's Mondelete Del Barco reports.
Host Jimmy Kimmel had called Charlie Kirk's murder senseless. During his monologue on Monday, he said this.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
That sparked a backlash by Kirk's supporters, the chair of the Federal Communications Commission, and ABC affiliates from Nexstar and Sinclair, who demanded Kimmel apologize to the Kirk family and donate to his group Turning Point USA. President Trump congratulated the network for pulling Kimmel's show just 2 months after he had celebrated CBS for canceling The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Many have denounced Kimmel's suspension as censorship.
Thing number one. Jimmy Kimmel didn't attack Charlie Kirk or Charlie Kirk's family. He called out Trump's MAGA death cult for what it is. The fact that calling out a political movement can get you silenced tells you exactly where we are in this country. It tells you everything about how this administration and that side of the aisle feels about free speech. Right now they're attacking comedians, but trust me, that is not where it stops. It's only a matter of time before it's people in the streets protesting or people online like me and you. Thing number two, fascism is the death gurgle of capitalism, and we're watching that play out in real time. Sinclair Media, which owns tons of local ABC affiliates around the country, stepped in and demanded he be pulled. This is corporate power being weaponized against truth-telling. And thing number three, to add on to the absolute ridiculousness of this story, did you see the demands that Sinclair Media made on Jimmy Kimmel? Exactly what you think a political zealot would do. They demanded an on-air apology, they demanded a donation to Kirk's GoFundMe, and to give legitimacy to that incel incubator, Turning Point USA. They're not looking for accountability. They're not looking to tone down the political rhetoric. Jimmy Kimmel did absolutely nothing wrong. What they're asking for is a ransom. And at the end of the day, this isn't about Jimmy Kimmel. This is about you and me. This is about silencing dissent. This is about making everyone think twice about questioning or criticizing this administration. And if this situation isn't surreal enough, things are really upside down when Tucker Carlson starts to sound reasonable.
You hope that Charlie Kirk's death won't be used by a group we now call bad actors to create a society that was the opposite of the one he worked to build. You hope that. You hope that a year from now, the turmoil we're seeing in the aftermath of his murder won't be leveraged to bring hate speech laws to this country. And trust me, if it is, if that does happen, there is never a more justified moment for civil disobedience than that, ever. And there never will be. Because if they can tell you what to say, they're telling you what to think. There is nothing they can't do to you because they don't consider you human. They don't believe you have a soul. A human being with a soul, a free man, has a right to say what he believes.
Thing number one. Of course, the right's ears perk up when you mention trying to silence hate speech. That right there is their bread and butter. Now, Tucker is trying to brand it as protecting free expression. But in reality, he's really protecting his own lane. They want to continue to spew hate without consequence. But what's happening is he's looking down the road a little bit and realizing there's a possibility Trump won't be there forever. And he can see a real possibility that someone, some other administration being in charge that sees what he does every day as hate speech. At the end of the day, that puts us on the same side of the issue. But the way we got there are two totally different methods. Their outrage is always selective. It's never principled. Thing number 2. Pam Bondi is leading the censorship charge just to give Trump an excuse to target his enemies and silence dissent. This isn't about protecting the public. This isn't even about Charlie Kirk. This is just another step forward in building his dictatorship. Thing number 3, and this is what really grinds my gears, is that Tucker Carlson is an outlier. The vast majority of this don't tread on me crowd, the self-proclaimed defenders of liberty, are suddenly totally fine with being treaded on. Not a peep about Kimmel, not a peep about Colbert, not a peep about removing reporters from the press pool, not a peep about the lawsuits against countless newspapers all around the country, not a peep about what's happening at CBS. They are 100% okay with it as long as it's their leaders that are doing the stomping. Their entire brand of freedom is a scam from the start. And while they censor comedians and twist free speech, Trump just took it a step further.
President Trump says he will designate Antifa as a major terrorist organization. Now, Antifa is short for anti-fascist. It's a loose affiliation of mostly left-leaning activists. The president wrote on social media last night that he is, quote, designating Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster, as a major terrorist organization. He also says he will investigate those who fund the group.
Thing number 1. I don't think they know what Antifa is. Sound it out with me. Anti-fascist. By targeting anti-fascists, you're literally declaring war on the people who oppose fascism. That's not a policy. That's a confession. You agree that you're a fascist. Thing number 2. Antifa isn't some political organization. They don't have different district offices around the country. It's an idea. It's a political stance. Banning Antifa would be like banning MAGA. Trump either doesn't understand this, or worse, he just wants a pretext to criminalize the entire left. Either way, it's authoritarianism, and yes, fascism. And thing number 3, what's become clear out of all these stories is that this is no longer preventing a slow slide towards fascism. We're less than 1 year into the Trump administration. We're here. This is a fascist country. We are there. America has crossed the line into being a fascist state. And unfortunately, way too many Americans are underestimating how this will affect them directly. You're in for a rude awakening. Their mask is off, and they're not putting it back on. Thank you for joining us today on Real Takes with Major League. As always, hit that subscribe button, share this with your community, and drop your real takes in the comments. I'll see you soon.